Team Cobalt is a company set up to basically get this challenge off the ground, and Cobalt has been sponsoring our sailing for a number of years, and now they've given us enough cash to get this project off the ground, to build the boat and get it to a tangible position where other sponsors can join the project.
Cobalt really started around the Round Britain Challenge in the Hobie Cat, and I first met Luke at the UK Yacht Racing Academy, and he came to me with the concept that he wanted to break records, particularly the Round the Isle of Wight record, but on a beach cat concept boat. So something that's around 20 foot, it's a catamaran, it's something that you could feasibly put together without a shore crew, so a very achievable sort of boat. And that's what we set out to design, is something that's not completely out there in terms of a full-on sailing campaign, but really highlighting what can be achieved with this sort of small multi-hull. So that's what we're hoping to achieve, is really push the boundaries of the beach cat platform, if you like.
Her design speed is 35 to 40 knots. She shouldn't go a great deal faster than that, but what she's actually designed to do is maintain a very high average speed. The Round the Isle of Wight record is currently 2 hours 20 minutes, which means we need to average 20 knots to get round. So upwind, downwind, every point of sail, we need to be consistently up towards 30 knots the whole time. So that's really the aim of the design, is to maintain that high average, but also make it manageable for two people to sail the boat at the same time.
A lot of people have asked us about the development process, and I have to say the biggest development we've made in the past 3 months is actually building a trolley so we can launch this boat by ourselves, because as you can see, it's quite a large item, and we've really tried to focus it so that we can just go sailing, the two of us, maybe with the help of a couple of other people on the beach. But at the moment what we have to do is we have the hydrofoils lifted up, we launch the boat off the beach to a mooring or into deeper water, and we lower the hydrofoils, and then we can go off sailing. So it's a little bit more involved than sort of your standard catamaran or your standard dinghy, but we've got it down to a fine art now where we can actually go sailing without a rugby team to give us a hand.
Yeah, the rig concept is quite an interesting one. The big problem with a catamaran is that if you're to take one large rig and you drop it right in the middle of that front beam, you're putting all of the compression and load right at the weakest part of the boat. So the idea of splitting them is really to do away with that problem, put the rigs on the strongest part of the boat, but it also has the added benefit of lowering the centre of effort, so there's less heeling moment, and also keeps that front beam very, very lightweight. So just by thinking about doing things like this, we've managed to keep the weight of the whole boat below 160 kilos, which is a lot lighter than a contemporary beach catamaran, even though they're kind of half the size of this thing. So it's a very lightweight design.
The foils, we initially started this project trying to break PlayStation, the Maxi Catamarans record. Since then, the record's been broken twice, not inconsiderably, and foiling technology has really taken off. Since we started this project, catamarans have now become the norm in the America's Cup, and with that, professional sailors and the full force of the industry's R&D are going into foiling catamarans. So to external onlookers, it's actually quite a conservative setup. We've got these surface piercing hydrofoils which are angled at the front and they're fixed, they're non-adjustable, and we've got T-foil rudders at the back which are adjustable but are tuned in balance with the surface piercing hydrofoils and the conditions that we're sailing in, so that by and large when you're out there sailing everything is non-adjustable and it's just the crew trimming the sails and their body weight that actually affects the performance of the boat. That's not really where the technology is going at the moment with the J foils and the curved foils that we're seeing on the America's Cup boats, but we feel that for this particular usage going around the Isle of Wight, we're going to see choppy water, we're going to see flat water, we're going to see all sorts of mess off St Catherine's Point, and we feel that these surface piercing foils, although they're not what you might call the pinnacle of foiling performance, they offer a certain amount of compromise rideability, comfort at sea, and also they can deal with a large range of sea states. So that's what we've gone for in this boat. Well, we've done a few things, and it's just interesting. In all the projects that we've done, either together as Team Cobalt or on our own, we only really do interesting sailing, whether it's fast or going slowly. I mean, we sailed a boat to Stockholm with just three of us, basically a dragon, reenacting a trip that was done in the 1930s. Wasn't particularly fast, but it was a laugh. It was really interesting, and no one had done it for a while. So I mean, stuff like this is really, it's fun to do. It's something a bit different. Not everybody's out there doing it, and why not?